Let's open it up, guys. We have over 100 of the brand new buffed treasure bags. These are all the 925s. They have recently buffed them, so let's see what we're going to get inside. And I want to also go ahead and go over really quickly how you can actually farm them. This is the easiest and best way. So what you want to do is you want to go to the occultist and you want to craft sigils. You'll see I have a bunch right here. And you want to craft the ones that say extra shrines. How I do this is I just throw the ones that say extra shrines on the floor. Everything else, I just go and I just straight up salvage them. So I just go to salvage all sigils, and then I go to craft, and then I go craft, and I just go craft 10 at a time, and I just mouse over. It's about a 1 in 3 chance about to get the extra shrines. You can see where's an extra shrine right there. Okay, we got really unlucky on this one, but we're gonna go ahead and salvage again. And this is how I actually farmed them. So you just are looking for the ones that say extra shrines. You go in and you fight the goblins in there. So again, extra shrines are the only ones that we want. Of course, for the video, we only get 2. But basically, I would say it's about, like, maybe you get 2 or 3 per 10. That's at least my results. So that's how we got so many. And you can get these across the open world, Helltides and stuff like that. But the easiest way is to get the goblin shrines. And then you just group up with a large party and you guys all kill them. And yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, you just get the greed shrine and then you'll start spawning in a bunch of goblins. But let's go ahead and open these up. I'm excited to see what we can get with these. Again, these are the buff ones. Woo! I'm going to probably have to do this like at a time. I probably can't pop them all at once, even though I kind of want to, but I'm going to see what we get, and we'll see if there's anything that is really good. I'm pretty much just going to be looking at greater affixes. Anything that's not greater affix, it's probably not going to be an upgrade for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and merch it off so I can get some extra gold. It's a great way to get extra gold, but I just literally made my druid, so I may need to go ahead and salvage some of these. But we can go ahead and just salvage these for the sake of the video, because it'll be way, way faster then. But you can also get uniques off of these, so we'll see what we get. Actually, we should just do this by the other NPC over here, so it'll be much faster for the video. So, I mean, this one has 2 greater affixes, but it's probably not going to be used. So we got 2 more aspects to go ahead and unlock. Let's go ahead and just open them up at like 20-ish at a time. Woo! Lovely sound. The reason why I don't want to open up too many at once, well, I remember in Diablo 3, you could crash your game by opening up too many things at once. So unfortunately it rolled bottom cooldown reduction, but it did get life, but that's still probably not going to be useful for us. Just flat damage is probably also not going to be useful. So not anything good with that. And then we got plus armor on gloves, not useful at all. Just going to go with salvage. Now, even if the amulet isn't greater affix, if it rolls a bunch of plus to stats, it can actually be a really good item.
There's that.
But let's go ahead and get rid of that. And none of these are greater affix, so I don't really need to, again, look at them. But let's see how many good items will we get. This one, I mean, it's just 2 greater affixes, but like the damage one is kind of low in terms of like what you'd want as far as a priority goes. But no amulets here, so instant just salvage. Although if I did get boots with perfect movement speed and spirit per second, I wouldn't really mind keeping it. I actually do need ones with fire res too, so it's kind of nice. But I'm just going to get a greater affix one. I'll just probably just go trade. Or if I see maybe a offhand, that'd be another like kind of an upgrade for me. Alright, we got another stack of 20. Woo! I love that sound. So we got 9 scattered prisms. So it's basically a 50% chance, it looks like. Let's see if we get anything good. Resource cost reduction. We could maybe make a build with this. Because it is a staff, and a staff with overpower, you can maybe use it in a pulverized druid build, which we might mess around with. This one over here, it's got crit, which I don't really need. Maximum resource, not too useful for any builds that I want to go for. We've got a new aspect to upgrade. So that's awesome. But as far as like really GG items, let's see how many we get out of, I think it's 110. I don't remember the number. It's over 100 that we had saved up to see if we get anything good. Okay, that's not going to be too useful. All right, so into the incinerator. Ooh, I saw a lot of greater affix ones. Ooh, hopefully we get a crone staff with a greater affix. I actually did want one. That's staff. Yeah, we got one crone staff. It only rolled +4, but ideally we'd get the thing to have 150. That's actually the more important stat. But let's go ahead and see if there's anything else that's good. So we got plus willpower. That's like a very common thing. Not anything to get excited about. And that's it. We also got butchers, but no one really uses butchers. It's actually a pretty decent PvP item. But sometimes rings can be okay too without greater affixes. But at this point, like I'm just interested in greater affixes. But decent amount of greater affixed pieces of gear. I'm noticing. If this was perfect on the damage one, I would take it. But I also want greater affix for specifically the willpower, and then I would actually get excited about it. But we got life. That's not going to be too useful. A helmet, don't even really need to look at it. Unless it maybe had like greater affix, like triple, and one of them was cooldown reduction. Then they may be actually good for some sort of niche builds. Actually, we didn't look at this amulet. Amulet didn't look like it was that great. Okay, let's go.
I can break that down.
So I'm curious to see how many like actual good items will we get out of 100 of these, because a lot of people complained that the Goblin event wasn't very good, and while they did buff it, I still think that these could be maybe a little bit better. Specifically, just guaranteeing more greater affixes would make it better. But so far, not anything too crazy in terms of like, oh my gosh, this is like best on slot. I'm guessing it's just random legendaries. I don't know if there's like a special drop chance. Now, I saved these for last because these are supposed to be a little bit better. And it looked like it was about 1 in 10 chance to get a greater treasure bag. So these ones, ooh, we maybe got something pretty good. We got a chest with a greater affix. Come on, Tyraels with maximum to all res. That's what I'm hoping for with this one. And it is a soul. Oh my gosh, that's like... Okay, not exciting at all. These I'm going to do one at a time. Because I want to see if there... I don't think there's anything special with these ones. What these ones should have been, like, dropping, what would have been cool, is if they dropped with, like, a guaranteed, maybe 1 greater affix item. Alright, we got some gloves. If they're really good, Pain Gorgers, that could be worth $1 billion plus gold. But I'm looking at these ones to see if they're different. Or, it would be really cool if they rolled perfect on every single, like, stat, you know, or something. Gloves, let's see. We got Unsung at 17. Really low crit, though. So that one is instantly being destroyed. But I'm not noticing anything too special. What do we have? The damage reduction while fortified. Ideally, that would be the highest roll. I mean, you can get crazy amounts of armor with this. I mean, you could maybe get anywhere from like 70 plus increased total armor while in Wear Bear with this item. I think that that could be actually a pretty good item if it did roll greater affixed. So it looks like we are consistently getting... I actually wanted one of these. So this is like a really weird item. It's called the Flesh Renderer. Now, what did it roll? Oh! It didn't roll too bad, but the core damage didn't roll, like, or it rolled greater affix. The thing that I would want on this to be greater affix probably wouldn't even really matter. The only thing that would have been nice is +2 to defensive skills, but when you cast a defensive skill, you get some crazy amount of damage, and you could probably scale to get crazy amounts of willpower, because you can get 2 rings can roll with percent on... willpower, and they can each roll, I think, like 20 plus if you get them masterworked and they are greater affixed. So this is going to be, unfortunately, probably just deleted. I'm not going to consider that good, but it is one unique that did roll with greater affix. We actually got another one, which was Soul Brand, but that's like a really bad item. I'm going to see if we can have a perfect crit on one of these. Okay. If I had a perfect crit and cooldown reduction on the offhand, I would consider that like a pretty big like W. But it looks like these greater ones are always dropping with 1 unique in them. I've noticed that. That is a difference here. But nothing here. That's like super good. And like I've got so many single greater affix ones, so it's not going to be anything too exciting here. But so far, we have not seen any uber uniques. Like I don't know if they can drop. I think a lot of people want them to drop from here. But yeah, nothing too special. All right, we got 2 more. Let's see if we're gonna get something good off of this. We got another pair of boots. So what it looks like it's pretty good for is just getting uniques for your class. We have a Yen's Blessing, a perfect one. Now, interestingly enough, you actually don't want that thing to be perfect. In a lot of circumstances, it's better to have it lower because you don't want to overlap your skill. But I actually already have a Greater Affix Perfect one, so I can't really make use out of these. Also, another thing to mention with these, unfortunately, even though they've buffed these are all still account bound, so you cannot trade any of the items you get. So if you're not using it yourself, it's basically just garbage, which is unfortunate. Or you could sell it for gold. Honestly, what you guys should do with the uniques is sell them for gold. All right, our final one. Let's go open up. Let's pray that we get either Uber Unique would be good or... Okay, well, okay, we got an that one we got 2. So you can get 2 uniques. So the Dolmen Stone, okay, this is kind of cool because it can be utilized for kind of a newer build. So that's like kind of a cool thing. And then we got Soul Brand. Okay, so overall, how many items did we get that were like really good? I mean, honestly, the only thing that would be like kind of maybe a slight win is this. And it's like very mid. So overall, out of over 100 of the brand new things, do you guys think it was worth it to farm up for? I mean, you're going to do it anyways, but like I just wanted to farm it all for a video to see if we get anything good since I just rolled Druid. And I think it's really good to get uniques. But other than that, for the players that have already like min-maxed, like if you have your stuff masterwork 12 out of 12, you're good to go. I don't think you really need any of this extra loot. Would have been cool to see some other things in here, but that's what we got. What'd you guys think of it? It was fun. GG's. GG's. There's the opening, though.